Good evening. The 4th of July, a day synonymous with national unity, celebration, and reflection on the very ideals of freedom, typically offers a moment for presidents to inspire, to rally, and to unite. But this year, the fireworks in Washington, D.C. were almost overshadowed by a different kind of explosive event, an address by President Donald Trump that is now being widely, and jarringly, described as a disaster speech.
Are we ready? We're ready. Are you ready? Yeah.
And perhaps equally unsettling were the hushed observations of the First Lady, Melania Trump, whose demeanor, according to many, seemed to convey a profound and undeniable sense of unease. The anticipation leading up to yesterday's address was palpable. Under e.g., blazing summer sun/mild evening sky, thousands had gathered, eager for the president's traditional holiday message. Expectations were for a speech that would honor America's heritage, celebrate its achievements, and perhaps look optimistically towards its future. The stage was set for a moment of national pride. But as the president began to speak, an unsettling shift in tone quickly became apparent. What started with customary greetings soon veered sharply off course. Instead of a unifying message, the address devolved into a sprawling and, at times, deeply combative monologue. The traditional themes of patriotism and unity were quickly overshadowed by hypothetical content, choose one or two, don't overdo it, by a series of sharp, unprovoked attacks on political opponents, by direct criticisms of mainstream media outlets, and by an unexpected relitigation of past grievances that seemed profoundly out of place on a day meant for national concord. The atmosphere, initially celebratory, began to thin. Applause became sporadic, replaced by a growing quiet as the crowd grappled with the president's increasingly, e.g., rambling/aggressive/defensive, rhetoric. This was not the typical 4th of July address, and the discomfort rippled visibly through the assembled masses. But it was perhaps the First Lady, standing steadfastly by the president's side, whose silent reactions spoke volumes. Usually a composed and stoic figure, Melania Trump appeared, to many observers, uncharacteristically withdrawn. Throughout the more contentious portions of the president's speech, her gaze seemed to drift, her eyes at times fixed on the ground or subtly scanning the distant crowd, seemingly anywhere but directly at the podium or the cameras. There were moments where her shoulders appeared to subtly hunch, a slight pull back from the spotlight, an almost imperceptible attempt to lessen her physical presence. Her usual serene expression was replaced by what many on social media and cable news quickly identified as a look of deep concern. The word cowering may be strong, but the visual cues, as interpreted by countless viewers, pointed to a profound discomfort, a quiet retreat from the unfolding spectacle. It was as if the weight of the moment, and the content of the address, was pressing down on her, urging her to recede. The immediate aftermath was a torrent of incredulity and criticism. Social media exploded within minutes of the speech concluding, with users dissecting every word spoken and every gesture observed. Mainstream media, usually cautious on national holidays, wasted no time in condemning the address. Op-eds rapidly appeared, questioning the president's judgment, his ability to unify, and the sheer inappropriateness of the message for such a revered national day. Political analysts across the spectrum were left scrambling to explain what had just transpired. Experts are struggling to pinpoint the precise strategy behind such a jarring departure from traditional holiday remarks. Was it an intentional act to galvanize his base, regardless of the broader national sentiment? Was it an unscripted outburst, revealing a president grappling with internal pressures? Or was it, as some suggest, a profound miscalculation of the public mood on a day when unity is paramount? The disaster label isn't just about the words spoken, but the deep dissonance between the message and the occasion. It contradicted the very spirit of independence and national pride that the 4th of July embodies. The political fallout from yesterday's speech is already becoming clear. Opposition leaders have seized upon the address as further proof of the administration's divisiveness, using it to rally their base and criticize the president's fitness for leadership. Even within the president's own party, there have been whispers of dismay, though largely unspoken publicly. The long-term impact on his public image and approval ratings remains to be seen, but early indications suggest a significant erosion of goodwill, even among some who might typically support him. This was not a speech that will be easily forgotten. It will likely be studied, debated, and cited as a prime example of political communication gone awry. The 4th of July, meant to be a beacon of American strength and solidarity, instead became the backdrop for an address that, for many, highlighted deepening national divisions. And while the fireworks lit up the night sky, it was the quiet, concerned demeanor of the First Lady that, for some, spoke more profoundly than any words from the podium. The nation now grapples with the lingering questions from a truly unprecedented holiday.